one aspect is that we can say, but meditation removes the doubt which is caused by the impurity to settle into the knowledge of the self. So the impurities of the mind is removed by changing my attitude and behavior in performing actions. Actions are threefold: I think, I speak, and I act. That expresses in the form of attitude and behavior in the mind first. So the impurities of the mind can only be removed by a specific term we say karma yoga. So here the yoga means the inner attitude of the mind, and karma means the action. So once the impurities are removed by changing my attitude and behavior in my daily living, it also helps me to succeed in meditation. And then you sit in meditation, and then meditation removes the doubt. What is the doubt? I am not the real self. That doubt is removed by the meditation. So what happens? You are not purifying the mind by daily living, by daily changing your attitude and behavior, and you sit in meditation. It will not succeed even if you practice it for 50 years regularly. They are linked. So be very clear. Be very clear. Meditation means self-awareness. What is self-awareness? The awareness of the real self. So when I say self-awareness, normally for a non-seeker, that self-awareness means that I'm the body, I'm the mind, I have a lot of stress, I'm crazy, I have a lot of challenges, I have problems. That is how I use with my problems, with my body, with my mind. So it means that is a non-meditative state. What I'm saying I am, I'm the body, mind, I have a lot of problems, I'm suffering, I cannot progress. All these are the false I. Meditation is a state of awareness of the real self constantly, consistently, at any location, with anyone, in any relationship. In any relationship, you said? Yes. What about I am attracted to the girl. Oh, you are attracted to the girl, so you forget the real self. So you are in a non-meditative state. You found the love outside when the love is not outside. So you have a delusion. Why you have a delusion? You have an attachment. So the very attachment and delusion and anxiety makes me forget of my real nature, that is the impurities of the mind. So I see the same girl. Yes, I appreciate your beauty, you are intelligent, you are wise, but I'm not attached. Why I'm not attached? I see that beauty in the girl is the beauty of the real self that dwells in me. I don't forget. There is a cognition. So that is why we say meditation is a non-practice. Meditation is doing nothing. Meditation is a cognition of my real nature. But why you say that? Because the real nature, real self is not produced, not manufactured. It is always there. It is always there. I have to simply recognize it. Where I have kept the keys of the car. So one mind is very confirmed. I have the car keys. Where it is, I have to find it out. Huh? Where it is, I have to find it out. Huh? Same
So-
way, the real self is always there. I have to simply recognize. Why I cannot recognize? Impurities, projection of the mind, delusion, all these stuff prevents the cognition. How it cognition? What do you mean? Real self is all pervading, and you are saying that it prevents the impurities prevents me. What is all pervading can be prevented by a small impurity of anxiety, duality, and a conflict. Answer is yes. The cloud prevents, blocks the sun. A small cloud. Small clouds, dark clouds, blocks the sun. But it does not block the sunlight. It does not decrease the sunlight. The sun continues to have the same light. Same way the real self continues to have the same all-pervading nature, eternal nature, peace and happiness as nature. So the cloud of the impurities have entered in front. What is that front in your mind? Is in your ego self. And that is why we don't see the real self. That is why we say you have to get rid of the attachment, you have to purify the mind, you have to get rid of the delusion. What? You are getting rid of those small dark clouds at different places, which is clouding the real self. Otherwise, you need not to reach there. Real self is already reached. What? Real self is already... Yes. Just in the background, you have seen my this small office. So in the background, that is pointing to the east. In the morning, sun is there. And if I don't put the blackout curtain, you cannot see me because if the light process of camera is that if the light is reflected from the back of you, then my face and image will be blurred. It has to be behind the camera. Then you can see it.
Yeah.
So what I did, I put the blackout curtain. What is the point that you are explaining? The sun is already there. I have just put the curtain. Remove that curtain of impurity.
So the real self is always there, but my impurities block
The
it.
sun is always there. I have blocked it.
I have two questions about what you just said. Number one, so when I'm not meditating, the way I live my life affects my meditation, you said.
That is why we have to do the karma yoga. I have to constantly and consistently change my attitude and the behavior inside, how I am performing a particular action. So my action has a motivation of seeking the pleasure should go. Then why should I perform any action? Why should I take a project and build 10 million and 20 million home? Just say that I'm just doing it for Jesus. You think that I woke up for the Jesus, if you believe in Jesus. I did it for Jesus. I'm doing it for Jesus. You replace the false I and its motivation with this attitude. I'm doing it for Jesus. When you are doing it for Jesus, in the beginning you have to start thinking, and by constantly thinking your emotion will change. Then you have a right attitude and behavior. I'm doing it just for the sake of the existence. I'm not doing it for myself. Why I'm not doing it myself? Because the moment I feel I'm doing it myself, the mind will grow a sapling of attachment, of identification, of delusion, of seeking happiness from the world. I'm going to take up that subject in Karma Yoga in detail later.
Okay. All right. I guess. Well, is that why I meditate in the morning to set me up throughout the day to live a day in the pure consciousness? Okay. And then the other question is, like, you always talk about the beautiful girls, which I love because you like to use those examples. How do you know, when, you talk about looking at a beautiful girl and not being attached? How do you know when you're attached or not attached? Using that as an example.
How beautiful the question. You go on a vacation to the sea beach, you appreciate, you praise, but you are not attached. Now the time has come to return to home. I have spent 3 days in vacation. I enjoyed the scenic beauty of the beach. So you saw the girl, you go home, you carry the girl also home. That is your attachment.
That's the attachment. Yeah.
That is your identification.
Yeah.
You may talk of the vacation. Oh, I went on vacation. It was such a beautiful. But it does not trigger, it does not create any hesitation in your mind. So do you see the difference?
Yeah. I love it. Thank you, Girish.